Shalom, shalom, Mishpacha Yisrael. All praises to the power of Abraham, Yishak, and Yaakov. Welcome to the Nekevah Gang encouragement for today, where we share the articles written on our website in hopes that you will be inspired and encouraged in your walk and obedience to Torah. You can visit our website at www.thenekevahgangblog.wordpress.com or join us on Paltalk in the Nekevah Gang room every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Today's article of encouragement is called The Power of Perception. We pray that this article inspires your mind and heart to continue striving in your walk and your relationship with the power of Yisrael. The power of perception. Have you ever been told by someone that you trust that your desires and goals are impossible because they tried it and it didn't work for them, and therefore there's no way that you would be able to achieve that goal? Have you ever given up on a dream because of someone else's perception? Have you ever let go of a true thought because you allowed yourself to be seen by someone else's eyes? I am reminded of our forefathers and the dilemma that they faced when they received the evil report from the 12 tribes that the Most Highest commanded Moshe to send forth to spy out the land of Canaan. These men had returned from spying out the land at the end of 40 days, and when they presented themselves before Moshe, Aharon, and the entire children of Yisrael, they gave a negative report to the assembly and said that the inhabitants of the land were like giants from among the Nephilim, and that, quote unquote, we were like grasshoppers in our eyes, and so we were in their eyes. The report was so discouraging that the children of Yisrael raised their voices and wept that night and began to murmur against Moshe and Aharon. They also began complaining against the Most Highest. In other words, they lost faith in their desire and goal to possess the land, even though they knew that the Most Highest was with them. Because of the report of the 10 spies, they began to see themselves in a different light. The 10 spies saw themselves as grasshoppers, as being weak with no strength, as not being able to move forward and possess what was promised to them. They caused the children of Yisrael to see themselves through the eyes of others who saw their own selves as not being worthy and capable of doing what needed to be done. 2 of the spies, Caleb and Yehoshua, attempted to encourage the assembly and remind them that the land was very, very good, and begged them not to rebel against the Most Highest, because it was He who would bring them into the land and give it to them. Even though this was the truth and a better report given to them of the land, the negative report given to them by the 10 spies had affected them so much they refused to heed the words of Caleb and Yehoshua and wanted to spelt them with stones. My point is, when we allow ourselves to be seen through the eyes of others instead of believing what the Most Highest had told us, we begin to lose hope and insight of the truth. In other words, sometimes what we see is based on perception and not truth, and sometimes what we hear is based on opinion and not fact. Funny thing is, I remember feeling the same way when I came into the truth of Torah after worshiping under the belief that all the commandments were nailed to the cross, and that there was no way that I could follow them and could only obtain value in the eyes of the Most Highest by believing that the murder of an innocent man and human sacrifice was the only way to receive His forgiveness for my willful sins. So many years believing that the instructions provided by the Most Highest for forgiveness, Yom Kippur, and bringing words to him when I couldn't bring a sacrifice was no longer possible. Yes, I thought myself to be an unworthy grasshopper and believed the evil report that my power was no longer accessible to me in the manner that he said he was. Todah Most Highest for helping me to understand that my perception is nothing compared to the truth of his word, unless it is based on his word. Todah Most Highest for the encouragement of Moshe that says, "For this commandment that I command you today, it is not hidden from you, and it is not distant. It is not in heaven for you to say, who can ascend to the heaven for us and take it for us, so that we can listen to it and perform it. Nor is it across the sea for you to say, who can cross to the other side of the sea for us and take it for us, so that we can listen to it and perform it. Rather, the matter is very near to you, in your mouth and in your heart, to perform it." Those words of encouragement right there is all I need to help me to continue on my journey of walking in truth. No personal perception needed. For it is the power of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov who promises to be my Redeemer. And it is in his word that I choose to believe. All praises to the Most Highest of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. And may you strengthen yourself through his word only. Shalom and Ahava, the Nekevah Gang, Talmida Kana. Thank you so much for listening, and we pray that you've been encouraged. We close out in ultimate truth saying, Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh, our power, Yahweh is one.